We can't just say, oh, well, I'm just living my truth and, it's all going to be fine. We have to put in the work. Otherwise, we're just going to get left on the sidelines. Women have more advantage than that for the most part.
But to go back, sorry to stop you, just to go back to my question, like, can you both understand why women have now become more masculine? So, for example, like a woman, her husband has left the family and now she's forced to become more masculine and work and just do more masculine things. So would you guys now look down on her because she's been forced to play a position that she had no choice but to play?
Yeah, but women leave more marriages than men do. Like 80% of divorces are initiated by women.
I forgot.
Yeah, I want to add to that.
And women always worked. They just worked in the house. Like they always worked. They were in the field, on the plow. Like if anything, they worked more in previous generations.
But they still kept their femininity. What I'm trying to say is that women have become more masculine, and I feel like, do you guys somewhat understand why, or do you think we're just waking up and deciding let's just be feminine? Because as much as I feel like feminism is a dark thing, there's a slight part of me that can understand why women have been forced to play this masculine role. And do you guys even acknowledge it, or do you guys still think it's a mindset thing?
See, this is why it's not misogyny. I completely understand why. I think a lot of trans people, for example, are men turning into women because it's getting harder to perform as a man. And so they'd rather go and become women in that sense. The brainwashing is equal. There's an equal amount of brainwashing on the masculine side to become more feminine and to paint your nails and to act like that, and you see it being pushed by YouTube and these platforms. They encourage it, they clap it. They're very Yas Queen. They say Yas Queen to men. Mm-hmm. You see who the men that are getting propped up and the most famous pop stars and music celebrities. They're all you see the agenda. It's
and that's the problem with the world. The problem with the world is actually weak men. I in no way, shape, or form would ever allow it to come out of my mouth that it is women's fault. It is weak men that is letting these things happen. If men got together and said this promiscuity is bullshit, if men got together and said, hey, we need to step up and be stronger and be better, that is the only thing that will allow a woman to actually let go.
So do you
and
think
let him take that masculine role. The women hold on, and it's hard for women because they're like, fuck, can this fucker do it? Can he take care of me, or is he going to come home and cry to me about his job? No, seriously. Like, because you come home, we had a heated conversation yesterday about why men should not go cry to their woman. I am a big believer that a man should never cry or show emotion from a woman. Wow. And the reason is because if you were to translate the words, he's screaming, I can't take care of the situation. You can't trust me. And so the woman's like, man, I better get masculine real quick. It's like what you're talking about with a man dies.
Yeah.
The women are scared that a man cannot, because men are weak. Men are fucking weak. And if men were stronger, women could trust them more and let go. And whether you like it or not, fall into that feminine frame, because I think that's what they're naturally propense to do.
So would you say weak men is the root of
the feminist movement? The weak men are the biggest problem in the world.
Weak men are in charge now. It used to be that the masculine leader, the fighter, somebody like that, the warrior would lead charge. But ever since technology, social media, you could be able to poke girls.